And the link.
Which one do you want to look at first? The share screen, the blackboard, and the look on YouTube.
Yeah, the share screen.
Alright.
I mean, I log into nothing. I have to go downstairs, go log in.
Do what? Letting me?
Yeah.
What me?
No, to give him
Permission.
you log out, I mean, you log in. Log into nothing. I have to go downstairs, go log in.
Do what? Letting me?
Yeah.
What me?
No, to give. That's not like me. You know, I remember when I was downstairs, I didn't know what we were doing. It's like everybody,
Moderator.
I came up
Yo.
with class that.
I send the link in WhatsApp. Copy it and send it in the chat.
No, you can blackboard.
Yeah.
Him come out.
Oh man, it's link. Okay, we're supposed to be on it now.
Alright?
Yes.
So I soon give Barrington privileges to share his screen.
Okay. So
Just make sure everybody on. You seeing them?
yeah, we're seeing you too.
You see me too? I'll pause for
We click leave session, right?
Huh?
We click leave session, right? You log in.
Yes. So
And then reload it.
Reload.
So you can type in. That's all?
Alright, so we're talking about that, the addition. So that's one other circuit I'm going to show you. Alright, easy peasy. Now, the full adder circuit, so it's two things. When we're adding numbers, I thought it important to emphasize it. It's in the material, but last night when I went home, I said I haven't emphasized it. If we're adding 1 0 1 1 0 and 1 1 0 1 1, straight up addition. As binary. What you notice happen, you add the 2 bits and every addition gives you a sum and a carry. Everyone, even if the carry is 0. So 0 plus 1 would be a sum. So the sum is going to come here. But what's my carry? 0. So every addition gives you a sum and a carry. Alright? So in computing, as I say, when you're a computer scientist, you think of all possibilities. I am able to add 2 bits, but guess what? There's no provision for a carry. It produces a carry, but I can only add 2 bits. So let's say the circuit could only add the 2 bits. The fact that there's a carry, we're going to be in a problem. So what they do is this. So the half adder only adds 2 bits. There's no provision for a carry. Because look at it, if my bits are, so if it's only 2 bits it can do, call them A and B, it will be 0 0 0 1 1 0 and 1 1. Because we know that every addition is supposed to produce a sum and a carry, those will be my output. 0 plus 0 is a sum of 0 and a carry of 0. 0 plus 1 is a sum of 1 and a carry of 0. 1 plus 0, sum of 1, carry of 0. 1 plus 1, sum of
1.
Sure.
0 carry 1.
0 carry 1.
Boy said 2. Wow.
Right? You know?
When I type in here, I say, no, it's log in as me.
Yo, I kinda my talk, so I go for some water.
Alright.
Yeah, I can do that too.
I have to check. So 1 plus 1.
Fix
In binary.
Thank you.
Binary would be 1 0.
Right. So, no. 0 carry 1.
Yeah.
See there? 1 plus 1.
Oh, yeah, 0 carry 1.
So now you see. Normally when you have it like this, it's kind of hard to see.
Yes, ma'am. Just see the way.
Alright. But what you realize is there is no provision. If we can only add 2 bits, there is no provision for a carry. So there is a half adder. Type my name. I think it's just my name, Caroline Black.
And then log in.
No, and then, oh, my password, let me soon remember my password. Alright, so there's a half adder. We soon draw what the circuit looks like. And then, because we know that you must be able to factor in a carry, what we have devised is a full adder. So the full adder takes, let me write it back as I did, adds 2 bits and a carry, which is what we want. So it must be able to add the 2 bits and the carry. Right. So now, let's look at this. We're going to call it ABC. C is going to be my carry. And again, I'm going to have a sum and a carry. So, standard truth table. And just remember, guys, that when you're doing a design, the standard truth table covers all possibilities. That is what programming is about.
All possibilities.
All possibilities. So we had a previous conversation, guys, and we were talking about when you write programs. When you write programs, what you must consider, what you must do is take into consideration all possibilities. That way your program will be fault tolerant. Nobody will be able to crash your program because you would have considered all possibilities. Alright? Give me a sec, guys. Hello, let me not tell you to type it in.
Oh, God.
Charlie, A-N-E-D-L-A-C-K. I hope that is what it is. Oh, password.
So what it again?
Oh, so catch it.
Yeah.
Oh, that is it. Charlie, oh, blimey. Infinity error downstairs. It's on the other machine.
Looks so.
It's incorrect. Alright, I'll just go down in a minute and do it. Alright, going back. Alright, so let's add 0 plus 0 plus 0 is 0 carry 0. 0 plus 0 plus 1.
1 carry 0. 1 carry 1.
1 plus 0.
Oh,
plus,
0 carry 1.
Oh. 0 plus 1 plus 1. 0 plus 1 plus 1. Look at that. That's why I did that. Alright, this is 1 carry 0. 0 carry 1. 0 carry 1. 1 carry 1. Right? And an adder is a standard combinational circuit. So we can write an expression for sum, and we can write one for carry, right? Standard combinational circuit. So last night, let me make sure I want to have it on our head. Standard combinational circuit as opposed to a sequential circuit. Just think about it as sequentially, there's a sequence going on. You move from one to the next. A combinational circuit is just take some input and give me some output, nothing else. Right? I just make that distinction. So,
why are you looking at me like that? Can I use this now?
So let's write for the half adder. So for the half adder, we are going to write the expression for the sum and the expression for the carry. So remember, for sum, we're picking up these, just the ones. So it's going to be not a B or a not B.
Yeah.
Not a B, a not B. All right, anybody remembers what gate this can be written as? There's one gate.
None.
None.
No.
1 gate?
1 gate.
Nor.
No.
A or B?
Exclusive or something.
Exclusive OR. So we could draw it with exclusive OR gate. Alright? The expression for the carry is simply AB. Let's look at the full adder.
Oh.
Only one of them. So for the full adder, the sum is, so we look down the sum, 1, 2, and this is a nice activity. 1, 2, 3, 4 of them. So it's
Not
not
ABC.
A, not B,
Not-
C, or not A, B,
Not,
not C, or
not, well, A, not B,
A, not B,
Not C.
not C, or
not C. A, B, C.
A, B, C. Can that be simplified?
Yes, no.
Tell me how.
Alright,
Not,
No.
not A, not B, open bracket.
Alright, you want me to do a not A, not B? Alright, go on again.
It would be not C bracket.
Alright, so.
Alright, you want me to try with a not C bracket? Alright, let's see something. Let me change all color.
No, miss. Not C.
Yeah, man, make me try. So not C.
Wait, miss. So, miss, it's something now when you like say you have not B and B. You could have did it like 2 in a bracket. I have to read one.
You only know to simplify one in a bracket, except for the absorption rule. Alright, you remember what I said about the K-map, how quickly you see if we can simplify? Let's put this on a K-map.
This is a condition and then this.
Alright, so it's 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0. And then we have 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 0, 0, 1. Can that be simplified?
No.
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 Or do that spend the whole time and look for the Boolean expression and I try to figure out if you can simplify.
Look at the carry for a
Right? On the K-map, and that is what I said, the K-map really and truly helps you at one glance to see if you can do the grouping.
Okay.
Alright? So, we can always go and try our team. But I'm going to show you this. And you know, that this actually can be written using the exclusive OR gate as that. So it cannot be simplified, but we can write it another way. We can write it using the exclusive OR gate. And we are going to do a little bit, I'm going to just draw a diagram here. When I ask what operation covers all other arithmetic operation is to point out something. You see this expression for the sum? That expression for the sum can be written, based on my experience, I've not do it in a couple of years, at least 12 different ways.
Yes.
What was that?
The sum, the full adder circuit, can be drawn 12 different ways. It means then that there are 12 different manufacturers. Can be 12 different because you can say, okay, I can use this method. And you can say, so there are actually 12 different ways of manipulating the full adder circuit. You don't need to know all 12 ways, but we have experimented with it. So let's look at what the carry would be then. So now you see that the sum cannot be simplified. So let's take that off. What about the carry? So remember, you only pick up the ones because it's a standard combinational circuit. So we have carry is going to be equal to first one is 1, 2, 3, 4.
Not A, B, C.
Not A. Make sure you know B,
C.
C, or
A, not B, C.
A, not B, not C, or Sure?
Yes.
What line's gone? Coco. Alright, that's why normally I do that. So first one is not ABC, then it's A not B, C, then it's A, B, not C,
And then
A, B, C. Can that be simplified? Most put it on the Cayman. We're quick the one to go on the Cayman. Alright, so let's put it on the Cayman for them. Alright. Everybody, I know only need for the Boolean algebra too. Now that you learn K-back, you don't want to go back there.
Nah, bro.
Yes.
0, 0, 1, 0. Then 0, 1.
1, 0.
No, that's wrong.
Sure?
That would. A 0, 1, 1.
Carry
No,
the.
but the four about 2.
Which 4?
Which 4? Alright, look.
You good, man.
What?
You good, man. You want to see a skip and go up there? You skip? I like you right back. 0, 1, 1.
I know what Randy's problem is, but I'm not saying it yet.
You can't count.
Randy's problem.
Yeah.
Randy's problem is that Randy sometimes counts from 1. He's not a scientist yet.
0, 1, 2.
0, 1, 2.
So yeah,
0, 1.
ordinal. So.
That is what you're doing. I picked that up last night.
0, 1, 2.
Okay.
Bruh.
So Randy is not yet a computer scientist. He's not yet thinking like a computer scientist. Computer scientists always start at 0. Alright?
I will really care, right?
Right.
Yeah.
So I picked that up last night when he did something else. So immediately as he said that, I know what was in his head.
1.
Alright, so simplify this and tell me now. So the carry would simplify to be, we can get 2 groups. Alright, we can get 2 groups.
2 and 6 and 5.
Alright, we can do that and we can do that. Yep. So that group gives me
A, C. B, C. Oh, wait. No, B, not C. That is the way I go.
No.
B, not C.
You do some.
No, I thought we carry.
we're missing 1.
It came up, mom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
0 there. 1, 2. Mom, so 2 over 1.
Very good. You see it?
Brilliant.
So there's a 3.
Yes.
Okay, mom. So
I was waiting on calm guys. I would be alert. Calm.
Okay,
So
guys, if
it's
you never got that,
0, 0, 1.
2 supposed to not have anything.
That's why I put the numbers on me. So
Because the 2
yeah.
has a 0
Come on.
for the carry.
Yes, only for C.
Never see it still.
Those are the kind of things we do, you know. I put a question and put it wrong. Label it correctly, put it wrong and ask you which one is the correct one. So we put questions. No, because Unuda just look and say, yeah, right. Assume the teacher will put it right. So alright, so come now. So we have one group, and one group. See now? Alright, so if we do top on everybody has to go in a group. So come now, top purple.
Top purple.
That one gives me AC. Bottom purple. AB. And across purple. BC. So the answer would be AC or BC or AB. Can't go no further, and we know that's as easy and as simple as it goes. So you could take this expression and continue to apply your Boolean rules, and you come down to that. Right? Normally what I tell the students when we're doing Boolean algebra, I say you can always look at your friend's work, but don't assume that yours is wrong. Because the groupings might be different. And you come back to the same answer. Someone has to look at line 1 and it don't look at my one, it's wrong.
Believe in yourself.
Right? No, you believe in yourself, and then you can, now that you've learned the K-map, you can always use your K-map to verify. Yes, right now, man. But come here and watch you. We know what you used to do. I'm starting for you. But then watch and make sure they catch it good. Right? So those are the things. Now, once, it's just a standard truth table. So we understand that it's an adder, so we're adding them 0, 0, 0 to come up with them. Right? Now we can draw the diagrams.
Randy, sit down.
Yes. Right there.
Just do the algebra.
This.
Yeah.
Alright, so remember this is the carry. So for the carry, we are picking up this one, this one, this one, and this one. Alright? So
All
this
one
one,
size.
this one is 0, 1, 1, which is not A, B, C.
No, what I was saying, if you could.
Oh, you want the Boolean algebra?
Yeah.
Oh, yes, man, we love that. Come, so we can simplify Boolean algebra. Alright, which two can we group?
AB.
Alright, we can take out the truth table because we have that. I call it the duster.
No, I'm not going.
Where you want first in the class stop? Go.
You learn anything yet? You learn anything yet? Oh.
Oh, which question? Oh, I can't ask the boy. Sorry.
Talk again.
Oh, yes, I do. Sorry, I did.
Oh,
I did.
and I taught him several times.
I can't remember say so, you know.
I know he's my colleague. Not that him, you know, we look like we're competing for things. Alright.
Once you teach, you have to be great in life.
He better be.
Yes, thing ever.
I know, but I with it because you know, flattering don't get you nowhere. Thank you
She
very
knows
much.
it. The whole world knows it.
See confirmation.
Go on, Roy,
It's
later.
a truth. It's a truth.
Run, we know. You lie. Let me tell
What
you
about
that you
YouTube
lie.
live? What about YouTube live?
Oh, you're
You see my
She's an excellent teacher. The best, one of the best you've
What's
ever
the
seen.
name? You say the endorsement.
Roy, don't come back. Alright, come guys, let's do this. Which two?
AB, ma'am. Because the C and not C.
Which two? First?
No, the two last one.
The two last one? Alright, you want to start with the two last one. Let me put the squiggly to make us see that we're doing the two last one. So we're rewriting. Or A, not B, C, or, and what do I do with the two last one?
Miss
Take
AB.
away the two.
Take out AB?
Yeah.
Alright?
You put brackets.
C
Not
and
this,
C.
yeah. So that becomes what AB1, which is ABC again. So we get AB there, so
Mm-hmm.
wonderful.
What miss something now, right? This one.
What?
Oh, we jump on the seats.
Miss something going on in this.
Wow.
What's that right?
Wanna look right?
Group.
Group
So
A.
you have 3%.
They do that
I don't know what to
now.
No. It's not look right. So go on in.
What?
Group
You have
group
A, not B, C. You have not A, B, C.
So you see them.
So oh, you have me not.
Oh, the C get cancelled out. Isn't that so?
No.
The C or not C or C and one, you know.
You might
What's
be
that?
right.
No, the second look, I look. The, not A, B, C,
Mhm.
and A, not B, C.
Oh, we all do that?
Yeah, we all do that.
Are you pretty now?
We never do them together like that.
Yeah.
We reach here.
Yeah, that's
So
all
when
right.
you reach here, you look again
Yeah,
what you
yeah,
can
yeah.
apply.
Mhm.
Yeah.
So come again. So what we can do?
Right, we have to go. Alright.
Take out A, not A.
You
Yeah.
can't take it out because then I same thing.
What happens if we look at these? If we take out C from these two, look what is left in the bracket.
That's A, B.
C, if we have, can we simplify this?
No.
No.
Alright, so we know that that is not going to work. Suppose we look at these two.
I got the yellow one first.
Oh, the both ABs?
Alright, so let's do this.
Not
What you know about what in the bracket?
The B. The B
Absorption rule. Absorption, something like so it's spelled.
Yeah, man.
Absorption rule.
So we can apply that inside the bracket. So we're left with not A, B, C, or A.
Not me.
What must be in here?
C.
C or
B.
B.
One
Let's
more.
expand that again. And this is what you do.
I'm gonna came up.
Fact.
All right?
No, it makes sense, no.
No, it makes sense.
Da, 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 da.
How I get B?
Absorption rules.
Raymond, I don't know if when we started this, we spoke about what we termed. Remember, I always use terms that student use the Métis rule. So this is the single man, and this one's supposed to be him other half. But guess what? Him other half connected. So him just forget about her. And stay by himself, and you man, you need to stay by yourself.
No.
Absorption.
We said B on, and then the next B on one.
Yeah, it's one or the other. Them no single, in just ignore her. What about the business?
Okay.
Alright, so we can apply the absorption rule to these two now, can we not? So C into not A, B or A, and we have A, B out here. Yes? Gives us C into B or A, and we still have A, B out here. So we have BC or AC or AB. Or is that what we got over here? So all you do when you're doing Boolean algebra is that you keep going until there's nothing left to do. So you apply the rule.
Me something even know something that's left to do.
No man, once you look and what
So,
I normally do,
This answer
I look like this and this.
is similar
No,
to
this
this
and
answer.
this. No, this and this. No, I'm done.
So absorption rule, mommy going to have three something.
No, well, the absorption rule applies once you have a single variable and you have the complemented form with any ended with anything.
Okay.
So if you had not B, C, D, E, F, it doesn't matter. The complement is gone and the rest is left. Right? So just think of it as it's absorbed. I take back my girl and make it look like I'm me alone and the rest of it can stay. Right? So that's how the absorption rule works.
So we can either do
As compared
so we can
to
either do the K-maps or this, or roughly all of it.
no. If you get a question that you need to simplify and they don't tell you what to use, you jump to the one where you want. Which you know Randy is only going to be using the K-map.
I don't like that. It's difficult for
When
me.
I was teaching that, you did a follow. Claim someone did a follow. Now that you see, came
Nah.
back on the one, no more Boolean algebra.
Never follow at all.
Right? So that's the Boolean algebra. Remy had requested that we work it to prove that we come back
You know what was the
to
problem?
that.
Come
What?
back
Yeah,
to this.
The online thing was the problem.
You see when you just stressing, yes, me.
Confession would be so.
No, that's sorry.
You were all lying to me.
No, not me, not me.
All of you. Who wasn't?
Not me.
Oh, you
So,
were lying.
so when you know face to face, I get it now.
Yes.
Yes. Online, I say, yes, miss. Because you're frustrated. Something. Yeah, you know I'm all of this class. Yeah. You watching your next now.
You hear them? Bad. Alright,
We
now
don't have time for you watch recording. Try to catch me catch.
here's the challenge. I'm going to draw the half adder circuit. So I have a challenge for everybody. The half adder circuit, and I'm drawing it using the exclusive OR. So exclusive OR to give me my sum. So it's A, B, and my carry is A and B
Yeah, and
to give me my carry. Alright? Suppose I tell you that, alright? So that's the full adder, the half adder. So let me write it, half adder. Alright, let's draw the full adder first. Adder 1R. The full adder using the exclusive OR would look like this. Yeah, because 3 of them can come in. Exclusive OR to give me my sum. And then I have BC, BC, or AB, AB, or wait, AC then no, A, C. Right? All of them come through an OR gate to give me my carry. So that would be my full adder circuit using the exclusive OR. Now, here is the challenge. My challenge is,
Mr. Can we get a break out of the challenge?
well, the exclusive R can be used as long as you have 3 people.
remember the exclusive OR A plus or B. So you must have it looking like this. A, not A, B, or A, not B. That's what it comes out to be. So,
Okay.
right. So had we expanded that, we would have gotten what we have as the top line. So this is what I want you to do. This is a half adder. This is another half adder. I want you to combine these two half adders.
Not a full adder. From the seat.
That's smart.
To make a full adder.
So this is basically connect the dots, guys.
No, you're not connect the dots. Because if you notice, I put the dots as if they were a block diagram.
Yeah.
Alright? Now, how would we connect them up to ensure that we get 3 inputs here and 2 outputs?
Yes, you connect one and one and then you connect to the other. Like the exclusive say, wait. This is what the key you put up from the top.
No? Well, right now we have 4. How could we make 2 half adders into 1 full adder? After we solve this, we take 5 minutes.
What could you make? Who have others?
Into a full adder. Any suggestions? Brain tired.
Exclusive, no? Exclusive, no?
No. So we give you the 2 black
Exclusive are
boxes.
them there now, but it's just that we connect them together.
Alright, let me help you. So if I do like I know, A, B, right? What happens is that AB comes here, not true? That would be the first one. This produces a sum. Let me put that, let me write it above. That produces sum, and this would look like this.
Oh, and next one, the produce one carry. So you have to connect the sum from up here, so the sum from down.
You sure?
Yeah, because you connect the 2 sums and create one final sum.
Alright, if I connect the 2 sums, what would I do with them?
Yes, sir.
That would be, what gate would I put here? R, alright. So you're saying that that would give me a carry. One carry, because it's only one carry. What do I do with the sum?
Oh, put ma'am, down the C.
So I bring this one down.
Yes, ma'am, and put together with the last one, which is C.
Down
I put
here.
one input with the one with C.
I'll put C.
Yes, ma'am.
Brilliant.
So I would get
A.
A plus RB plus RC.
What if it does in an area that do you simply carry?
This now is my sum.
Miss?
Huh? And then what happens? Where are the other lines?
Which other?
If you notice, the two input into the exclusive OR gate come into the AND gate.
So miss, you have a carry that.
But don't this one.
So miss, that not gonna say that it will R right as well.
Why?
Yeah, man.
Because what would this give us? This would give us simply AB.
A, B.
Alright? What would this give us?
A, B, C.
Look, you would have A plus RB plus RC, right? For this line, because that's AB plus R coming through here. See? Now, this, which comes all the way from up the top, this line is A plus RB being ANDed with C. And then ORed
With AB.
with AB. So if you expand this and continue, let me show you where this is. Remember that this is not AB or A not B being ANDed with C or AB. Look at your simplification and see if you find it. So it will be not ABC or A not BC.
Yeah, see that.
So how we do
Wait,
the
wait,
groupings
wait.
here?
Come out again.
You could see that.
Wait, miss. Come out again.
We can simplify. Come. Let's simplify it under here. Alright? Show us where it is. So we have now not A, B, C, or A, not B, C, or A, B. Let's apply our absorption. So let's leave this one.
Ma'am, can I see it up with someone?
You see it. I know you're supposed to see. So if we take out A, we would have not B, C, or B. We should give us A into C or B. Put back this one. Expand this, AC or AB. And we still have this side. So we could take out C from these two. Take out C and we would have not AB or A or AB. Which gives us, we run out of space. We get C into B or A or AB, which gives us BC or AC or AB. Right back where we began, somewhere. See now? So, remember what I said about the manipulation of the full adder circuit to give us 12 variations of the design. We could have done that. Could have drawn it so. We can draw it straight from how the Boolean expression come, right? So, because of how the expression is, you can manipulate it several different ways. Right now we are using exclusive OR gates. You never have to use exclusive OR gates. You could have used AND or and NOT gates because remember A exclusive OR is that. So you could draw it straight with just your AND or and NOT gates. Yeah man, from straight up there and you're good to go. I know you used to say you can't simplify, so you don't draw straight there. But then that can be manipulated with the exclusive or gay.
That's an honorable.
Any questions? We can breathe your things.
But Miss, we don't want to go back. We don't want to go back again.
You don't really need. The only other thing for the full adder is to show you know what it looks like in a circuit. Alright, so you understand these are the basics. When you see it again, it's in the component, but make them breathe first. 5 minutes? 5 minutes. Barrington, you can feed them.
Feed the kids.
I ain't my biscuit, miss.
That's none of your business.
I have to go shop.
Any questions coming in? Just a little bit tired.
No.
Hey, what's it, bro?
Last one, kind of.
Listen, Barry.
I'm just kind of.
What do you mean? Alright.
Cookies.
You go read your Bible. You're a tough man. What's up with you, yeah?
Put them in a cup. Or we go downstairs for napkin. We have more than enough.
That's alright, man. Now let's just stay in bed.
What? Oh, yeah, let's sit. Put them up.
Like this.
Variety.
Alright.
Get up now.
Oh, this should have bring it to the miss. Or the barbecue. Yeah. What do I need? Bridge? Oh, it's
I don't know cookie. Alright. You eat all the cookie.
That color is nice, huh? Yeah, that's what. Oh, wait.
Oh, Mr. Oh, you're right. What is key? Do you have the key?
Yeah, I did.
Alright, let me go. Deal. Right. Okay, any of them that you did, you're not going to know.
What is you go and snap on it.
Sorry, I'm cook on
Yeah?
What's the one that is the big thing? What is this?
Bob.
Coconut? Coconut biscuit, sorry. Overfood.
Yes, good man.
What anyway? National? That's a national one?
Mas baru tu nak Mas baru tu nak gini ya? Gini ya? Gini ya? Mas baru tu nak
Oh.
And then the rough too.
Mm-hmm.
Come on.
You don't need the rough.
The rough.
Oh, rough. Rough specialist, of course.
Go for that roof.
For like, after we heard them,
Yeah, man. Rough. We don't come in on the work. And when you go out, I look. Power look.
When the COVID starts, get to the armor community network. Basically, because one thing you have to do is like practical. So we basically almost like business. So we mess you up, come over to the anyone have program with them?
Oh.
That's a good idea.
No,
Send
yeah.
up to here, that.
Ma'am,
Eh?
there's a past come with a network. I don't know how look, how a speech look, how a router look.
Yeah,
I'm a pass. Suppose to go somewhere and say, yeah, I got you.
Which you're gonna face.
Yeah,
You are going to face that.
that's
You don't know you. You don't know you.
Yeah.
You know router?
One of my past students came up and quarreled with me
Say what, ma'am?
because at the time we were doing straight theory, we never had a lab. But what I used to do after she left was when I teach them out and tutorial time, I brought up the technician, they must be carry on the student there. I carry them in the lab and pull out all of this stuff and show them. So I don't know how she got wind of it. I came handling it quite a number of years. We were just. And she come back and she said, Miss Black, I hear that you do it. And see, you never did it. And she did get a job that required her.
Oh,
to manage.
that's true.
She could not do it. I said, King, I understand, so we move on, you know. So when you're there, we never have resources yet, and then them still never allow me to do a lab. Because even for the networking one was not, had no lab component. There was introduction to networking, no lab component. We used to drive down the cable and wireless bonding.
Asking for a router?
No, get the Cat 5 cables.
For sure. Jesus Christ.
And all of it. And we used to, after we did that, Colin. I don't know if when you came, you saw the guy with the grade. Colin, we used to take $10. $10 cents. Right, from each of the students. Years ago, we just done.
The silver one.
Yeah, and we used to be calling, that time INC was the one of the, I'm a baby, calling, but one student said, look here, you are gonna get one end, one RJ45, and you get one no spoily, and we not no more. So I'm gonna call it the test. The money from the student, I'm a big calling, drive down the road and buy it. I'm gonna have one printer, to everybody. I say, how many calling it? Because I asked them to preserve it. We had a Cat 5 cable that worked. That was like this short, but it wasn't working. Because when the student they come and clip or snip until it comes down to that, I say, here this sound a little bit ready, so make sure it works. If you crimp it, that's the end of it, because it happens. It was over the last.
we can't do nothing.
No problem. Ready? Yeah, any two type of.
Yeah.
Crossover and the color codes for the.
It's like on screen. The moon never like it.
What about 3 cable and all?
But you see it, because you don't know how to cut it properly.
And so we cut it straight.
No,
Try what?
you can't cut it straight. You cut it straight, but you have to position. Remember, you know, they're twisted. So when you untwist, it's still not straight. So by the time you think you straighten it, and think you cut it straight. This might shorter than this. So you have to have enough and pull it and spread it and then cut straight across the spread. Yes. So you put them in order, but you spread them flat and then cut. If you do that, chances are you get it positioned properly to go, because when you look at the RJ45 end, if you hold it transsectionally, it has some little pins that when you crimp it, it goes in and cut through the coating for the wires and make the connection. So what I tell the students, normally when they're doing it, I tell them, go where there is light. So if you want to walk outside, hold it up, because it's clear and you can actually see if your ends are at the top. Hold it that way and you see if they're all in line position before you put it in the crimper. Once you do that, when you're putting it in the crimper, that's important as well. When you put it in the crimping tool, continue to apply pressure to the ends in it. So you're pushing it up, because if you let go of that, sometimes it slides down back. So you continue to apply pressure, pushing it in. We did have students who use that. That is how it became part of the course. How we used to driving down the body of
If you are going to that job now, I'm going to say, you just have a university a degree. They have 2 degrees, they have degrees.
One of the things I can tell you, Laura.
COVID.
Don't tell them that. One of the things I can tell you, none of the technicians here will tell you no. If you came here on a day, I'm going to give you one name, Gary Harrison. Note that name. That is my network of networks of network specialists.
You see, I need to
Do you guys want to see?
Yeah, man.
I think you want to see.
Hello, what's your done program, man? If you come and you ask for Gary, we used to teach on the Cisco team, right? And then we had to get 12 or 13 Saturdays consecutive from 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock to 3. Some stipend, but from every Saturday. I mean, what Monday to Friday? I don't know after that. But let me tell you, Gary, life is not your thing. All women that to learn what's happening, that is Gary. So if you happen to come here, and you just ask Gary, he's here every day. You ask Gary.
You're not a woman.
No, man.
Gary Harrison.
Remember, you guys have to go over to.
Men are knowing.
And you said to Gary, can I make arrangements?
And you both on wire shop.
Yes.
And something David White by wire shop.
That is Gary. As long as we used to have students who can't come.
In pool.
Gary come on Saturday with them. I help them out. And it's not like him getting extra pay as long as he
But you can't question.
So Gary Harrison will always teach. Sometimes he's on the school. Find a person. And you watch what you say. But I was bad and I decided to drop the networking part.
My friend.
Unless you do networking as an option. So there is a networking option here. So you do network management and security, and network administration, and all kind of networking things. So if you continue, if you choose that option.
I think a degree man is computer security, and you mean cyber security.
Cybersecurity, one of them.
They change virtual just the infrastructure.
Right, because that was one of the concerns. You need to know it. You need to know the network infrastructure. Yes. Which is what you're supposed to have been exposed to setting up peer-to-peer and client server in networking world.
Tried.
But you're supposed to be setting it
Last
up
classes.
with all of the yes, creating users, do your policies, everything.
Yeah, what is the name? What the part of that?
Virtual box.
No man, what was it again?
No,
An extra.
yeah, I mean,
A packet
Use
tracer.
packet tracer.
Yeah, packet
Mm.
This is what we use for Cisco. So you have the packet tracer, and of course it's Gary again.
Yeah, man.
Last week Gary said to me, Miss Black packet tracer, nice, I know we know.
Only you find the fascination.
So yes, he's very in love with networking. And everything as it released, asks Gary about
They said can broke in a life.
He loves it. I quarrel with him though because I want Gary to come up the ranks to
I
take
didn't.
over some of the people who are here.
I moved from Lampec.
Yes. Not calling name, but you see me.
No, let me tell you, and that's my, yes, Roy.
Mm-hmm.
When Roy was my senior, Roy did something. I give rainy day quizzes. So you walk in the class and I say, take out a sheet of paper. Worse if I ask a question and it's going to can't answer. Take out a sheet of paper and do a quiz. He walked out of my class one day. It's okay. No problem. Go on. When it was all over, he failed my course. And I said, oh, no problem. Go back next year.
And Randy could have backed him up, you know.
networking.
He knows.
Networking.
No man, computer organization and assembly.
Then I'm supposed to bone him.
Yes, and come back with a different attitude to my friend. And okay. My colleague and my friend. Yeah. May I joke with you? May I teach you or may I try help you work with you? Just work with you. Say you work with me. All right. All the pressure. So everybody see this. It's just to show you know some of the variations in when you're designing. We don't have to do any much more of that because from here on in you really don't see nothing else. Yeah? But to show you later on when I do like with that same module computer organization, we do other things like we try and find the efficiencies to find out which one of these would be more efficient. So we know test things like propagation delay, etc., etc. Yeah? Alright, so we're going to allow Barrington. You share already? Alright, so Barrington has shared his screen. So walk them through it, Barrington, please and thank you. Yeah, him on BBC, so the rest I want to see already. No, walk a look. You need my help?
I'm gonna go on Blackboard. I'm gonna go on Blackboard.
No, Barrington. Go on, I'll help you. I'll listen.
So, Mr. Mic
Huh?
Oh.
You know how to write it?
No, I wish I want my mic on the Blackboard.
Yeah, but you can open it now.
Dude.
Hopefully everybody hear me. So, we start off with the grounds, and then you say you need 2 grounds, right? But we just did up to, and then you move. You start, and then you know say you have a power supply, and this side clock, which tell like count. Tell you how much you count.
No, not tell you how much you're counting.
It count it times.
It keeps the rhythm. Think of it. Alright, pay attention here first. I mentioned this before, right? We all know this. Everybody know that signal.
Yeah.
The digital signal. In the digital signal, we have intervals on the edges. Every interval is called a cycle. And Barrington, you're going to explain why we reduce it. You're going to increase it back and show them why. No, guys, and this should be general knowledge for you. When I say I have a 5 gigahertz processor, what exactly do we mean? Speed. But
Yeah.
speed, yeah, fine, speed. And I keep telling people this is why when you go to the like the tech stores, the technicians, them woo you with all kind of things, and then we tell you, say, yeah man, buy one 8 gigahertz cause it's faster. But then later on you're going to realize that fast is a relative term.
It's an 8 gigahertz laptop.
And I always use Usain Bolt as an example. But Usain Bolt time is influenced by many other factors. In mental condition, in body, the wind speed, the track, the audience, the shoe, all kind of things. Later on, when you realize that the computer has to process things, then you'll understand that it's not just the speed that's going to be of importance. Remember what I said about when we design, fine, we have a half adder circuit. How long does it take to move from A into the exclusive or gate and to process some? How much wires we have? So a whole heap of other things on the board is going to factor in. So when we talk about this, what I tell my computing students is that you must be able to explain speed, quote unquote, to a layman and memory to a layman. All right, so now we say we do 5 gigahertz. 5 gigahertz is 5 times 10 to the 9 cycles per second.
Damn, that's fast.
Which means in each one, that's a tick. So in reality, this is what the computer does. It has a clock. This is my clock. And the clock keeps a rhythm. Right? So it means that there are 5 times 10 to the 9 cycles, time intervals in this computer every second. That is how you say speed. But then later on you know that an instruction may not happen in one cycle. You may have instruction that need multiple cycles, but when we look at it 0, 1 or 0 volts up to 5, the 1 really is up to 5 volts for the lower machines, 5 up to 9 volts, all right? But this is what happens. No, remember, we keep saying when it's 0, nothing happen. When it begins to climb up to the 1, there's agitation. The computer begins to work. It continues to work, slows down, build up again for the next time interval. And that's basically what happens in reality. So it's only when it's going up, so the tick going up to a 1, the voltage start.
So that creates.
Have you created one? Yeah, of course. That is why, remember, you know, when we talk about the zeros and ones, the zeros are voltage, no volt,
No power.
0 volts, or 1, which is up to 5, or, well, it goes up to 9 volts. So if we're sending a bit stream, let's say the bit stream is 101, 11011. That's electricity flowing along the line in a rhythm. So we have what is called a timing diagram, so you can match it. We won't teach you that. But that is why all electronic devices will have a heat sink and a fan.
Yeah. Keep the circuit cool.
Cool it.
Yeah, heat sink.
So the heat sink helps to dissipate the heat. It's like your skin. The more of it, the more surface area, the more heat can come on.
That's why we sleep.
Yeah.
Me this all
That's why you sleep naked.
Me this
With the fan on you. You know that's the other thing.
Me this all that in our circuit.
Alright, Barrington, go on now.
I'm gonna try to keep it PG.
Go back to Barrington and finish it.
Going back to Blackboard now, but you guys can stay here.
I like explain this.
You want me to explain?
Yes,
Who want to explain?
Yes, I like explain this.
I'm saying the action person and a talking person.
I can't explain.
But you can do it. You can Barrington right here. Go on.
Alright, so these A, B, and C are JK flip-flops, right? So, right, you know these are on power source, these are grounds, this is the clock, and so and this display the sequence, which number in a sequence it reach. So I'm going to send in a group the sequence which we use and what we draw it off from, what would they get in a class, so you can see. But for now, just explain. So what we do is, when you take out the JK flip-flops, right, when you look at the back, you're going to see 3 input lines, right? So you're going to see one with like you're going to see 2 regular one come from J and K, and in the middle you're going to see one where will look like you got one triangle and one triangle and one circle at the end at the back. So you can't miss that. So that one is the one in which you connect to the clock, right? So you just need one clock and you connect it to each of them, right? So this is the clock, and then what you do is that you're not go like almost demonstrate with the A and the not A. You're not gonna see that. You're just gonna see Q and not Q, but you can label the JK as a A. So you know, say the first one is A, second one B, third one is C. So and then you know, say the first Q as C. Just think of it that way if it help you, and the second one not C. So what you do, you connect them, right? Connect them more than supposed to connect. Yeah, based off of the diagram in which you get or the information we are presented with, and then this would be the display. So when connecting and display, you start from at the end here, would that be least significant, and then as you come in, you go to the more significant one. So like when we start from A to C, A would that be the third one, alright, and then C would that be the last one. So you know you start C, B, A. So now this already run, and it currently the clock speed is at 1 gigahertz. So I'm gonna change it to make you see the difference. So if when I get it, it's supposed to start at 1000 gigahertz. Alright, and then you see it now, I start it, and you realize that you barely can see now. Reason for that is that
it's going at 1,000 cycles per second.
It's going at 1,000 cycles per second. So we see one things per second, and it go to 1,000 cycles. So you know you're not seeing, you just see them at glance by. So you have to slow down the clock, right, to 1, and then now you see things like normal, like a regular human being.
You see all the eyes can detect it.
Yes. So and that's how
Very good.
it works.
Any questions?
Any question, guys? Or on Blackboard? On Blackboard.
And that's all you do. So use the simulator, use the diagram that we did, put them on.
Is the second one?
The first one.
Send a picture in the group. Yeah.
Alright?
You could take a screenshot.
But I'm good.
Yeah, but
Sure, now we're done. Crap out of there.
No man, you don't have screen snip.
What?
Boy, you don't use computer.
Yeah.
but use that.
Why?
That's the technology.
Screen snip it up on the side.
It's funny, but we don't really use it.
It's nice, man. It's easier. Alright.
Alright.
Yeah, notification.
That's all I want.
Expand.
Now my questions, Barton?
Miss Minnesota come up on a Blackboard.
Okay, nobody. Most people are online. Michael, any questions?
No, miss.
Everybody just looking.
There.
No, expand.
I actually have something named screen snip.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you did every tune, man.
I see there.
Yeah.
Of course, man, I say that now, man.
Nah, man.
Of course, man, I say that my action center.
See there, you see there that corner, just a screen snip and open up.
Yeah, you can take easy screenshot.
Send some of us pay attention to where the bamboo machine.
But first, I see them action center every day movement.
So what? You just
Use it, you know.
shot.
Use it bad, man. Can you use
When you print screen, you go in and you just do it.
yeah, either you can take a screenshot with it or you can like crop. Let me do the voice.
Yeah, you use it.
Technology you have to have the time.
When I really do
Technical
when
operator.
I just screenshot it, 2 minutes and nobody.
Technical operator. Uncle Williams.
Why not there's an online much more? Because I will also know.
I can do this so. And then I come.
But I have to
Just see him
put this on my YouTube, man. It's not necessary.
Still, make them see some persons need.
None of use computer.
Where's he?
And
Where's
then
he?
you don't know
I thought supposed to come up. Something to come up with 2.
what you're gonna find as you go through your
Because my
educational
share.
career is these things aren't taught.
Yeah.
So you
Okay.
have to explore. What I do, I teach IT sometimes. When I teach IT, I tell, especially to the people who don't know not more computers, I tell them, I said, let me tell you something. The only way the computer mash up is if you take it out your head.
True.
Figure out how to go into the applications, figure out how to come out of the application. That's all they need first.
Boy.
Go in and come out.
I overrun task manager.
Understand, man.
Yeah, that's my time for it.
Everything else you can figure it out. So if you know how to go in and come out, then when you go in, you go figure. Anything that go wrong, you click the X and come out. Same way.
Cause some people, like for instance, if you open a window and you said Windows not responding, you have to wait a while, and then end up freeze. Some people don't know so you can actually go in and task manager and task, but some of them just quick for lock down the computer and pop out the battery.
The same thing with me too.
Eh? Yeah.
You better close the
Screenshot everything.
Just click search, man. Yeah.
right?
They can restart the window. Yeah. So it basically force stop it. Cause if you click X, it now gonna come off.
It sometimes is there running in the background.
Yes.
No, but still.
That's true, you know. If you don't say language in Spanish and idiom, you never select it and you never select it and change the language. True, man.
Might have finished showing it, so we can do the last thing I was done. Oh, 10 minutes. But you're not showing them when Michael's showing them?
You want to select the image of a crap out.
So it's stored in what do you call it? Download.
Why it's stored in OneDrive? That would
Because
weird. When you screenshot,
I just said the Microsoft
when
update, you know.
screenshot them, you use. If you just use this the control print screen,
Control print screen.
it will go in OneDrive. Whatever you use FN and print screen. We know it's complicated, but it
My laptop just say print screen and
It's
done.
because of how his machine is configured. So you can go in and tell it where to save.
You have to just do what the Windows say.
Huh? The box?
By default, it goes somewhere. You can actually go in and tell it where to save. Alright, so last thing, and we met it already. I'm not going into no details. RAM and RAM. Everybody know RAM and RAM.
Of course.
Right? Random access memory.
Read only
memory. Alright, so read only.
Non-volatile,
Make me do
non-volatile.
RAM first.
Well, then go
When you talk about RAM, alright? Remember I said you need to be able to tell the layman
What each is?
what memory looks like. So that's what I said we're just going to do. So when I say I have
It's 32 gigs of RAM.
32 gigs of RAM,
Can do anything.
what does that mean?
Can do anything. In layman term, it can do anything.
No, it doesn't mean you can do anything.
It can.
It's a space. Alright? By now, we can translate this to be 32 gigabytes, capital B. I'm going to show you where everything coming from. And I distinctly put the bytes for you because you could have done 32G with a little b. When you have a little b, it's gigabits. Right? Yes. So capital B for bytes, little b for bits.
And that one is
And those of you who do networking will understand something.
Quick bits.
Remember that a bit equals 1 byte. So already, if we do this, divide by 8, we know that we have 4 gigabits. 4 gigabytes from that. Yeah. So no. What does this mean to the layman? Because we're coming down to the nitty-gritty as to how you're going to design it. To the layman, this means that we have 32 times 10 to the 9 bytes. What exactly is a byte? 1 byte
Smallest unit of.
equals 1 character.
Smallest unit
And then we're supposed to know that from IT.
Second from IT.
So if I tell you that I can store 32 times 10 to the 9 characters, that is what it means, right? A character, so we can look at it as, let's say, 3 characters, or let's use 4, make it easy. 4 characters equal 1 word at minimum. Then you can count how many words, because normally they will tell you you need a 5,000 word essay or whatever. So when people can make the association between the storage that's given here and how much characters, it would give them an idea of how much storage space they need. But yeah, Micah said it's holy. It's not really holy. No. When you notice what I do this with the word, look what happened. Let's say we have a 32-bit register. What it means is the 32 gigabytes of RAM. So what it associates this with? A register. So let's say it's a 32. Let's do it a little bit first, right? And just etc. until it gets to 32. What this means is the system is going to look at this because it can hold 32 bits, right? It will hold 32 bits. So what it's going to do is to segment the RAM into layers of 32 bits. Now remember what I said about the flip-flop. So each of these becomes a storage unit since it stores 1 bit. Storage for 1 bit. Yeah? So what RAM does, that storage cell, because it's RAM you must be able to read, write. The data coming into RAM. So what we have is what is called a binary cell. And we're just going to call it BC. It's going to have 3 inputs and 1 output. Right? So we have the data, the read or write line, and the select line. This off? It feels like it is.
Yes, it's
so
off.
Why?
Maybe it's time. Maybe the remote.
No.
How much specific time?
Alright, so what happens, each of these area in RAM would be a binary cell. So if you look at it, you all know what an array looks like. So what you're going to have is all of these connected as a row in a those, and then a whole array of them. And that's all to RAM.
No, battery.
Your RAM is going to be decomposed depending on how many binary cells the system puts per word. And that's all you need to know about it. That's all to RAM. Now, for RAM, which is read-only memory.
One can read, nothing can change.
Alright? We did it already when we were doing the decoder.
Oh, non-volatile, that's all?
Yes. RAM is a chip that has been programmed.
Leave it.
ROM is a main thing that has been programmed. So let's say, for example, because you're doing it based on what we now know as a binary expression. So let's say we wanted the binary expression, the program, the ROM chip to do several things. Function 1 would do, what function 1 would do? Function 1 would, alright, function 1 with 3 inputs would be equal to the summation of the midterm 0, 1, 3, 5, and 7, whatever that comes out to be. Function 2 would be same thing because it's 3 inputs, and this one would only do 4 and 6, and function 3 of the same set would do, remember that's a summation, guys, in the right, and it does 1 and 6 and 7, right? So those would be, because we know we build them out into their own individual circuitry or their own individual functionality. How we design this as a ROM chip? Very easy. Same thing we were doing with the decoder. So we don't need to draw it up no more. We do a 3x8 decoder. We know that the inputs are A, B, C, right? And from this, we know we have 8 distinct lines. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So those are my 8 distinct lines. Right? 0 to 7. I mean, label them 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, just for argument's sake. No. When you see it in reality, as I was showing you, what would happen is, you see, a whole lot of the IT things come. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 circles. And you get it like that. You soon see.
Yeah.
All right. So you're getting that, and they're all connected down. This is when we talk about you get a blank chip. So you buy the blank chip. Don't worry, I'm trying to draw it as one OR gate. So you get a blank chip, right? And you are going to burn the chip. And by burning the chip, all you're doing is doing what you need for your functionality. So you buy the chip, and in essence, what you do is this. Whether it's software-based or hardware-based, first one is 0, 1, 3, 5, and 7, 0. You solder it on, you close the connection. So now the power will flow where you want it to flow. 0, 1, 3, close it, 5, and 7.
Oh, come on.
Right? That's it. So you're really just closing the connection. Because once you solder that, you realize why it's only read only now. So that is what you're doing. And that's how you do around chip. So you do it. So this one will represent F1. This one would represent F2, and you do it for F3. Now you have to draw that. So the alternative to doing this is to simply do this. When we do it for diagrammatic purposes, we do 0, 1, just put like an asterisk, 3, 5, and 7. Cut over. And just draw one line. So for diagrammatic purposes, that is what we do. And we draw it and we're done. And that is round shape and we're done. Yeah. So once you saw the, you see, so you notice it opens, so nothing not going to go through until you saw the what you want.
So that's the 3 by 8 decoder.
Yeah. So use that 3 by 8 decoder because we only have 3 inputs and we know we have 8 possible outputs, and they give us the min terms
Sorry, miss.
that we need.
And the F1 is...
F1 is the first function that this RAM chip will do. F2, F3. So this RAM chip is capable of doing 3 different operations.
F3.
You can do F3, no. F4 would be just 4 and 6. 4 is here, and 6 is here, and that's it.
And that's
And
F2.
1, 6, and 7, and then you draw the line. So they'll come already done with the lines and the OR gate and everything, you know. As I say a lot, remember what we were discussing the other night, that when you get your things, if you look on your circuit board, all you see is some little black boxes.
Yo,
Also,
look on your
with the
old.
wires, and you have to figure what the wires are, what the box is, and which wire you must connect up. Just like you did for your JK flip-flop. You saw the little black box, you know, see what inside of the flip-flop yet. The adder is the same thing. If you look on the simulator, you see the adder, full adder, FA, and you see half adder, you see all of them here. You just draw the little black box, take the little black box, and if you understand the functionality of the little black box, you connect it up and we're good to go.
Good to go.
And that is it, ladies and gentlemen. So, we will send you some work tomorrow for you to begin looking at. Yeah, man.
Practice.
Okay.
So I have to do it now.
No, I didn't have it here.
All right. So I'm going to be sending you. So this is it in terms of material that you need to get. Everything is on Moodle anyway, and you can go and you can read back through. What you do for me is that you begin to start putting questions. I'm going to be giving activities for you to complete so that we can have some great food and we can practice. But yes, I'm going to do the activities and send them. I already have a few of them. So I'm going to be finalizing them and putting them in the group so that you have them. Alright guys, so thank you for coming to class tonight. Hope you enjoyed and you have a blessed night. Now we are going to make our way home off of the roads. Alright, so take care, stay safe, and we'll let you know when we reach home. Bye.
Bye. And that's a wrap.
Like, comment, share, and what?
Subscribe.
Alright,
Bye guys.
so when we put the